On a real note, I'm not a gangster, baby. I'm a lady.
Yeah.
I just got issues. Ready to fuck over any nigga like this kindness be misused. And you ain't tried to hit on your opponent. Time out. That's a pro foul. You look like good credit. I hit your pro foul.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna tell you what you oughta did. But your info ain't lining up. Now you're getting audited. I can tell by your battles you's a square. Look. I can tell by your battles you's a square. A lame nigga. A sitting in your mama house all day. Video game nigga.
Let me get this intro going, man. So here we are, right? Tuesday. It's late. I'm in New York. It's East Coast time. It's 11:39 p.m. September 25th on a Tuesday. And today on the phone, we're going to talk about this Queen of the Ring card. We're going to talk about this woman's battle rap career, because she doesn't just battle. She's the CEO of West Coast Elites, female battle rapper out in California, S.O Finesse. Thank you for joining the show, and thank you for your time as always.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Well, first I gotta say I've been watching your battles for a while, because I know you've been battling for a handful of years, but I finally got to meet you, see you perform live at Evolution 3, and it was a shame, honestly, you didn't get to battle Fendi. That was a good style matchup.
Yeah,
I didn't like you battling Mulatto Black.
That's who I was. Yeah, last minute, and it was a learning experience because I just wanted to battle still, and Mulatto wasn't named, so I'm like, let me see what I could do. And I battled in 2 days before doing a one-rounder, so I figured I could do it, but the situation just wasn't what it needed to be when I touched down, and I didn't get the time that I thought I was going to have. So instead of having 2 days, I ended up having more like a few hours, and it showed, And I really wish that it would have been me and Fendi, because it would have been so fire, because I was ready for Fendi, and I know she would have some stuff for me. I know that she was really, out of commission, and that was pretty sad.
Did she overbook herself? She was also booked the week before for a match, I remember.
No, she had a medical issue.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Yeah, she had a situation.
And I like what I love about you guys, all the rappers from the West Coast. Y'all have this warrior mentality where it's like, hey, your match got canceled, you don't have to battle. Well, you give me a week, I'll prep and I'll take whoever. And I love the mentality.
It wasn't even a week. It was less than a week. I got to New York. I found out when I got to New York.
2 days.
Yeah. So that was Friday. That was Friday night. So I figured I had Friday night when I got there, all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning, which was the day of the event, to prepare. But it was a lot going on when I got out there, so I ended up really just having like a couple hours on Saturday and a couple hours the day of the event. But I committed to doing it, so I still did it. But, it's a learning experience. I probably would say no next time.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I just feel like always for an artist, you know your limits, right? You know your prep time, because like battlers, some people will take months, some people will take weeks. Are you a last minute writer, or are you one of those like, I like the pressure?
I actually am. Even when I try to prepare way in advance, all I get out is notes. It's something about it being close to crunch time, and like all my best stuff comes out. It's something about that energy that says if you don't write something fire right now, you're gonna get smoked. So so it happens to me every time. Like the week before, like I'm just finishing. Like I just finished, but I know my memorization time. It takes me a day per round to memorize fully each round.
Wow.
And yeah. And then from there, I just have, my performance that I work on or whatnot, depending on when I finish every time. But, yeah, so I like what I got for Taylor, and I look forward to this. This is going to be probably one of my best opponents I've had so far, because because she's very intelligent. I can tell, and with her, street kind of edge or whatever. And I feel like I move in that same essence. So I think that it was a good match. and I look forward to seeing what we do. And I look forward to hearing what she has to say. Like, this is one of my first times,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm looking forward to the most. What is she gonna say to
I
you?
actually want to hear what they say to me. Like, you know? So, I think it's going to be fun. I'm just coming to do my thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. And one thing though about this match and the last match you had, it's almost like do you get motivated from taking somebody that like hasn't battled in a while? I've noticed that Taylor J, she had a tune-up match against Gucci, but before that she didn't battle in 2 years. Mulatto Black had a one-rounder before you, and then she didn't battle for 2 years before that as well. So you're battling people sitting on bars. It's ironic.
And it's just ending up like that. So we gonna see. We gonna see, man. I don't know if Debo is just trying to challenge me to see how I'm gonna do with this or what, but we gonna see.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited. She has a good
But
resume.
it's
Taylor
because
J.
people sitting out don't always mean they're sitting on a lot of bars neither. Like she used a lot of what she sat on in her last battle, so I don't know what she's gonna do. You know what I mean? I try not to think about what my opponent gonna do because I don't know their life. Like, she could be sitting on a whole lot of stuff, or she might have to write from scratch just because it's me. So I don't know. You know?
Nah, yeah, that's a
Because
fact.
old bars ain't always fired.
Man,
So
I want to get some insight on your whole battle history and like the beginning of it all. Like, you as an artist, when you started rapping, when you decided to say, let me start battling, because I know you battled a while back, probably like 2014. The first battle I ever seen of you was you and Vicky Myers, and I remember like you mentioned that like you guys were scheduled to battle. She ducked you. It didn't go down, and you had that battle on A-Hat against the Jones. I love the performance. That's when you called out Vicky, and then right afterwards,
that was one of my favorite battles.
Yeah, that's like a breakout performance of yours, and right after that, you got Vicky. So it was just like, oh shit, like Vicky was with the smoke right away. Like a lot of battle rappers, you call them out, they play cat and mouse, they wait till somebody sets it up. The match doesn't happen for like a year. Vicky said, nah, you call me out, we battle in the next 6 months.
Yeah, that battle was already set up. So I just like put some extra little fire up under it or whatnot. But yeah, so I started off with LA Battleground.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I started. I had my first 3 battles there. One was just like a tryout battle at the park, and then I had my first one on stage against AR-14. The next one was against a girl named Deanna from Long Beach. And then I really didn't feel how I was being treated there. So I got a opportunity to go battle with A-Hat. And I loved it, So even though I started at LA Battleground outside the league that I started, I consider A-Hat my whole league.
Oh wow, that's dope.
I had the majority of my battles with them, and they embraced me with open arms, and they showed me a lot of love.
I always love that about that coach there. Like the coach over there, it always looked like a great environment. It looked competitive, but it looked like everybody like had this mutual respect for everybody, and all the MCs were just like, come there, get their bars out, everybody have a good time, but also everybody leaves like sharpening their swords. And
right.
And then like the battle with you and the Jones, like you went first. The environment looked tense. What was that like for you at the time? Like you're just like, whoa, like I'm really doing this. And
so let me back you up just a little bit so I can get more into that. Well, when I first came to A-Hat, first they gave me a guy named King Hush Hush just to kind of see what I did with him, and for some reason they didn't think I was gonna beat him or whatever. I smoked him, and then they gave me the Jones. But it was a really hard time at that time because men on the West Coast weren't battling females. And like the tightest people like at the time that maybe would have or maybe not, they were from my own squad. So like a lot of the dope guys were not battling females. So it was really hard for me to get really good battles when I was most hungry, at that beginning stage. And it really wasn't any females out here. It wasn't any females out here. So when I battled the Jones, it was a lot of pressure on me for that battle because I had just me and Young B the Future, rest in peace, had just went public with our relationship, and that was right after he had beat B Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just getting my little buzz and everything, and I'm not the kind of person to be the weak link of anything. So I was just in my squad. They was cracking. I'm from Crack City, Death Certificate, First Lady. And it was a lot going into that. And I remember he gave me a pep talk, and he was like, it was this feeling, like, a lot of battlers get this feeling, whether if they deny it or not. It's this like anxiousness, this like this is not necessarily doesn't have to be like a nervousness, but it's like that feeling like when you about to fight after school. And he was like, you got that feeling. I was like, what feeling? Like, I ain't got no feeling. And he was like, no, it's okay. He said, all it is energy. And it's up to you how you utilize that energy.
Wow.
You can let it overwhelm you and you choke, or you can use it to bring a beast out in you. And I love that battle so much because I took what he said and I literally allowed that energy to bring the beast out in me. And I saw another aspect of myself in battle rap that day.
Yeah, you can see it from like when you're watching these battles on the video, you can't always feel the energy unless like you've been in certain environments or you're just a battle rap degenerate. And you can look at the crowd and tell what kind of atmosphere is like, and I can see it in your face and from that performance. Like there was something weighing on her shoulders that was bigger than this match. Like this was he was just a stepping stone for you. Like, yo, I need to like knock down bigger doors. And you can hear like in the passion and in the frustration and the aggression in your voice. It's like, okay,
right.
This is just the beginning.
Right. And like what makes me go really hard sometimes too is when my opponent downplay me. Like he was actually being cool with me before the battle in the preparation time, but he was getting at me like he was gonna take it easy on me or something. Like I wasn't gonna beat him, but he was being real nonchalant about it. Like, oh, sorry, I just got in the car. But he was being real nonchalant about it. Like it was like a known fact or something. Like, oh, it's okay, I'm not gonna just kill you. And blah, blah. Like, he was talking to me like, I'm just going to get, like, flashed unless he don't do the most. And I said, just do you. I said, okay, like, just do you. Like, you don't have to hold back and this and that. And I came for his neck. Because how dare he? I came for how dare he? Like, no.
He tried it, and then that's what happened.
Yeah, like, bruh, you don't even know me like that. Like, hold up. So that definitely was a turning point in my career, especially in my respect level on the West Coast when I did that battle.
Oh, absolutely. I could definitely tell. And has that always been like one of the, like, I guess your motivating factors of like, okay, you're counting me out, you're sleeping on me, you're doubting on me, you have me on cruise control. I'm gonna turn up now. I'm gonna show you why I'm not somebody who just.
I love that. I definitely prefer to be the underdog. Definitely.
I think everybody would. I think everybody loves to be the underdog. They don't like that pressure of like, you're gonna win, you're gonna kill them, you're gonna this, because battle rap is just so fickle and difficult.
Different.
Yeah.
People are different. Some people hate. Some people like don't realize that that's better for them.
Nah, I agree.
Like
with
some
you.
people, they want the love so much that it crumbles them in their spirit when people are going against them. But for me, it really motivates me. Like it would have been really hard to write for this battle if everybody wasn't saying I was gonna lose.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that chip on everybody's shoulder, it goes a long way. And you know what's the best part about like having the chip on your shoulders? Like once you overcome the obstacle, you look back at it, right? You look at your resume and you say, okay, this part of my career I was doubted. This part of my career nobody believed in me, and I turned everybody's opinion around. I swayed everybody's point of view. Like, they become milestones.
And with me, it's not even like I really care more about proving people right that believe in me more than I do people wrong that don't. Because fans go up and down anyway. One battle can change your entire career.
Facts.
All you gotta do is have hard performance and look good and make it impactful, and now everybody's on your team. So it's like it's over. So I really just look forward to what I do, because you never really know how everything is going to come out and how everything is going to end until it's over. My favorite part of a battle is right after.
It's when it's over?
Because at the end, it's when it's over. It's right after it's over, because all the preparation is done. I did everything I was supposed to do, or I didn't do everything I was supposed to do. But I know what the battle was now. I know what the outcome is now. Is it at first it's just a lead up. It's all a big lead up, and then the battle don't even last that long. The battle was fast. The whole process really is the lead up.
Any moment in a battle, are you guys like, as battlers, are you guys like in a blur? Like, you just completely lose sight of everything that's going on, and you're just going through your round. And when you're done with your round, you're like, whoa, I just can't remember what just happened the last 5 minutes of my life.
Sometimes that has happened. I'm not even gonna lie, like, that has happened. It is kind of like a blur. But I wouldn't say like you don't remember what's happening or you're not there. But it's like, I don't know I can't even explain it.
It must be crazy.
It is, because it's like you get this feeling, right? And it's just like when you're about to fight, and then but once you in there, the feeling is gone. Like, once you start, it's like we here now, like, and you just go into this zone. As long as you can get into that zone, you're good. You're good, because the stuff just flows out. Everything that you practice, everything that you embody into your spirit, it flows out. And then before you know it, and once you get your first reaction, you good. Like your energy.
that hit a dopamine right there when the whole crowd reacts. I'm like, okay, I'm in control now. This is how I envisioned it. Yep.
And it's like, I do this. Like, once you get that first reaction, it's like, yeah, we in here. And then before you know it, it's over.
Nah, yeah, I believe it. It must be a crazy experience. Like, we as commentators and as media, right? We're the sickos that watch this shit over and over again, but we never know what it's like to stand in that position when all those eyeballs are on you, when all these cameras are on you, with that person in your face. And it's just a lot of elements beyond what you wrote and prepared for that you have to also kind of like combat and deal with, and kind of learn how to like.
It takes a lot of strength.
Yes.
It takes a lot of emotional strength, a lot of just like heart and bravery. Like, I'm not even going to say like fearlessness, because you can be scared to death, but it's courage and bravery through any fear that you may have. You know what I mean? And it's like it's very it's very character building. Battle rap is very character building, because you have to go in there and not just be a great lyricist or performer or be able to attack with your words, but you gotta be able to take it. You gotta be out there and be taking. You gotta be willing to take on anything that anybody can ever dig up or ever say about you, and take it. And just put it on a platter, sit there forever. That's going to live online forever.
That's a
and
fact.
That takes a lot to put yourself in that kind of situation. But battle rap feels exact time. And it feels the exact same way. The whole experience. The way up there, when you the first thing, like, first is you have to invest in yourself. And one way or another, you're going to end up having to invest in yourself. if it's just you buying an outfit or whatever the case might be. Like some people pay their opponent or whatever. Like you're going to, in the beginning, you're going to invest in yourself. And once you invest in yourself, just like when I invest in the skydiving, they make you put a deposit to show up. So once you do that, once you have paid some money or you invested in yourself, whether it's to travel somewhere or whatever, you're going to show up. You're going to show up because you invested. You're invested into this. And then, once you're on your way there, the whole ride there is your time to talk yourself out of it. Like, dang, am I ready to do this? Dang, like this, that, the other. And while you're doing this and taking this ride and questioning or building yourself up to continue this ride, you also see who's willing to ride with you and who's not. Who was on top, who really supports you.
Right.
Who's there who would jump out of plane with you? Who about to be there really in your corner to support you in doing this versus people who just come in to see if you're going to do it or not. Or to think that you're going to chicken out or not really do it. And you can feel that energy.
I want to highlight that you said that support. Like, I think people undermine it, right? Like, when you're an up-and-coming artist, especially an up-and-coming battler, people don't realize how much it matters to have that core support come to their battles. Like, hey, come to my battle against Miona. Come to my battle against King Hush Hush. Come to my battle against, Vicky Myers. When you have those crowd of people come support you and start seeing you like increase your skill set, your ability, your character, battle by battle, people start to catch on and it spreads that way. So like you're right. I think that gets underrated sometimes. Like the core support an artist needs to get, especially in battling.
That is very important. That is very important. And like some people, you might have friends that's just not into battle rap or whatever, and they just feel like watching it and spreading it through the neighborhood is support, And in some ways, it really is. It is. But, or they might be from certain gangs or whatever, so it ain't beefing with other gangs that's up there. They don't want to mess up your opportunity. It's a lot that comes with it. But at the end of the day, it's like all of that is very important. It's very important. Like the artist needs it. It's a certain look that it gives when you have people. And then it's like you get the opportunity of just knowing who down. Just knowing who has you and who's with you from beginning to end. But it also gives room for you to have supporters from day one. Facts. Even if they weren't people that you already knew.
Facts.
Because every artist goes through that. We have people that we expect to be there, that we expect to be in our corners, and then we meet the people who are. And they are from day one to, thick and thin.
That's a fact.
Like I have some real life friends that I've gotten from battle rap. Like, and I've gotten closer to people that I grew up in the same neighborhood with that we wasn't that cool, like maybe age difference or just, different crowds or whatever. And it brought us closer, in support of each other because it's something that we do. And we ended up really being like family. So battle rap definitely, the moral support and the relationships are very important.
When did it click for you? Like at what point of your career as an artist it clicked to say, okay, I found my voice. I know what I want to do. I'm passionate about it. And, now I can figure out how to hone my abilities and be the best me.
When I battled Trav Uncut, it was a battle that happened during an AHAD tournament. And I honestly really didn't even want to do the whole tournament because I was going through a lot of my personal life.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't make that decision yet going in. So anyway, I don't know if it's the point of that. But anyway, so the first battle that I had was with Trav. And I just wanted to give a lot of me. I just wanted them to feel a lot of me, and I wanted to do something different. And I felt like the tournament was a place to do that. And I had no idea how impactful it would be. Somebody took a clip from that battle, because that battle I went into like two different like characters, and I let people understand what the S.O Finesse is, you know. So I went into my my poetic bag, my poetic like nurturing like you know, leader teacher bag, and I did my street shit. You feel me? So that clip that they took from that battle made it to over 1 million views on Facebook.
Wow.
I had people stopping me from all over the world. Like, when I would be at random places, like, I saw your battle. Like, you battle rap, don't you? Like, and what you were saying, like, I understood that I had to say something in every battle. Rather if I make the whole battle about it or not, I have to say something. Because my fan base and the people that I touch, they want that from me. They want that from me. Like, a lot of people hit me up and said I didn't like battle rap until I heard you.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I talked to Beat Out just last week, and he told me that a high percentage of his fans and on social media, they aren't battle rap fans. They're just a fan of what he provides in the battle. And it's kind of like you just said, like, you want to give a lesson in every battle because you realize, like, what you're saying is going to be on camera for the rest of your life. So you're like, why not make every one of my battles a different seed, a different lesson, a different piece of value that I can pass on? And it sounds like you also have fans that just appreciate the morals and the values that you give instead of just the actual art of battle rap. That's pretty. Right. That's pretty impressive, and it must trip you out sometimes. It's like, wow, you really value what I have to say instead of like the art form that I'm in.
It trips me out, and it makes it kind of hard for me at the same time.
You don't know who to cater to. Because then you get confused. You get confused as to who to cater to sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. It's not just always about who to cater to. Yeah, I guess yes. But it gets hard because I'm not always in that feeling. You know, I'm not always in that aspect of myself. And once you start to talk on a conscious level and people put you in a box as a conscious rapper, they expect only that from you, and they have this thing in their mind of what a conscious person is supposed to be like. So anything else that you do, they feel like that's not in your character. Like, nigga, you don't know me at all.
Right.
You don't know me at all. How about I only been conscious for a couple years? What was I for the other 20-some years? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like allow me to grow and to teach and with what I learned, but at the same time, don't get it twisted. You can get fucked up real quick.
Oh,
you know? So
right.
it's hard. And I talk to Beat Out about this all the time. Like, we give each other more support in that way because we're growing as individuals and we know what our duty is, you know, and what our fan base needs from us. But at the same time, it's like you can't let a part of you die in the process. It's so hard. It's so hard to not be all of you and to be all of you and it be like stomached the right way without any aspect of yourself seeming hypocritical. So it's very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah,
but it's worth it.
One thing he taught me too, and I'm well aware of this. Like, you know, we're not born conscious. We become conscious. So like things in our life have to happen, and we have to be in a certain place. We hit a certain rock bottom point where we finally kind of realize that we need to, you know, free our mind of the shackles that we're in, get better, and learn how to elevate ourselves, our family, our community, and people around us. And I would love to hear a piece of your story as to like where, you know, your background came from, and then when you started becoming the transition of like, you know what, I need to elevate others around me, like, you know.
So with me,
right,
I've always been a person that, so first and foremost, like always growing up, like I was raised and I grew up with all the hustlers and the gangsters like in my city. You know what I mean? And like, even though I did a lot of stuff that they did, I read a lot of books. So I was always, even in the midst of like the worst shit, I was always a person that could have these conversations and people could like open up to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was always kind of like one of those people, but it went to another level when I started doing poetry.
Nice.
I started doing poetry when I was like when I was in like when I was like 14 or something like that, and I saw somebody get killed. And I, for the first time, and I wrote a poem about it. And I was in this competition. And when I did my poem, and I talked about that, and then I related it to like the government and like a lot of the political war and like a lot of biological warfare and all of these things, and I was like so young, it really messed people up. Like, it really was very impactful that this young girl was thinking like this.
Right.
So they ended up bringing me in to, I was a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce, and
nice.
they made me a ambassador of the for the like the teams or whatever. So I would go. They would send me out. I would go from like city to city, like state to state, and spit. And just spit or whatever, and that, like, you know, it has something to go with what I had going on, but I was still living another life. So my personal life affected the positive that I was doing, or starting to do in my art, and they ended up, kicking me out.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so I didn't spit for years until I found battle rap. And I was so angry. I was so angry during that time. I had been going through so much stuff, and I had so much conflict and controversy in my life. Like, battle rap kind of saved me because it gave me an outlook. It gave me a voice again, and it let me get out all of that energy without being hostile in real life. Because I was going down a really bad path. But anyway, what got me back on point was when Young B passed away. When Young B passed away, my inspiration for gaining consciousness is different than a lot of other people. Like, a lot of people just be on some like, I want black, and I want black people to have this and that. Mine was completely spiritual. Mine was completely spiritual. I started to experience things that could not be explained, like some paranormal activity type shit. And nobody in a church could tell me what I was experiencing. So I had to dig deep into my roots in order to find other spiritual understandings across the world that could relate to what I was experiencing, to find out that it was normal. And that's how I got into my roots. That's how I got into our power and our magic and our universal, our multidimensional existence and what we are as beings. And that is how I understood my power and I got my sense and urge to heal. And I wanted to be a part of healing others, and I wanted other people to understand these things. And they naturally do just by knowing me. So that's how that happened.
Wow, that was an amazing story, I gotta say. And it's just like, before we started the show, I remember I heard you mentioning like a bit like, oh, before my battle I had to meditate, and you just mentioned a lot of the spiritual side of things, and we don't get to hear that a lot of times, where people like get in tuned with like certain realms and certain aspects of themselves to say, okay, this is how I channel my energy, this is how I channel my zone. Because in battle rap, or just performing period, as an artist, you can go there to be ready and spit whatever you have to spit, prepare your piece, prepare your poem, prepare your raps. But there's a whole side of the art of performing that you can't control, and that must make a lot of people anxious all the time. And you found a way to say, okay, not just performing, but everything in life that I can't control, I'm going to find a way to be okay with it and move with the wind, and whatever blows in my direction, I'm going to blow with it. And that's pretty powerful, because it's resilient, and it's a good way of like being self-aware and self-actualizing yourself. Say, okay, this is what happened. I'm not gonna be a victim of my experiences. I'm gonna let it mold my character. Because people can easily fall into any of these situations, let their mental health be disturbed and just say, okay, well, I've been traumatized because of XYZ. I've experienced XYZ. I'm like this because of XYZ. Some people are made from the pressure. Others crumble in it.
What was the last thing you just said? I couldn't hear you.
I said some people are made from the pressure that they grow up in.
Oh yeah,
and others crumble in it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Man, that's such a crazy story, man. And can you tell me a little bit about, without giving the game tapes, right? Because you're still battling, but the meditation process before a battle to kind of calm yourself down. What's that like?
That's the hard part that I'm still mastering, because I'm still at a point. I'm not a guru, you know what I mean? Like even though I've experienced a lot of things that the average person has not experienced spiritually, when it comes to preparing for war, it's so hard for me to be calm. Like, I go straight into a street mentality. And I'm trying to heal that. I'm trying to change that, because I was talking with like one of my mentors that was telling me, like, you being a healer is what makes you the best warrior, because the best warriors are not killers. They kill in order for purpose, and not just to kill. So because you have that heart, you have to learn how to like contain that, how to control that, like a martial artist, Right. And I'm trying to understand that. Like, I do most of my meditating, and like before I even get into the writing process, I just do my notes. And when I'm done writing, just going into about to perform, like, I do most of my meditation just within the couple days when I'm about to get on stage, especially like the day before, the day of. Like, I do most of my meditation then, because in the process of like writing, I'm like a crazy person. Like, I really am. Like, I'm like not even here. Like, I'm just like walking around in a daze,
pacing the house back and forth and just going crazy.
Yeah, just pacing. Yeah, exactly. I'm pacing, like my eyes wide. I'm like,
everybody's like, "You all right?" And you're like, "Nah, man, I got a battle on Saturday." Like,
right. Like, people just stay away from me when I'm getting ready for a battle.
Well, I've learned already you're resilient. That much I've learned. But now I'm starting to learn that, is it safe to say that you're patient? Because beyond all this, you also deal with the managerial side of battle rap too. You're also a league owner.
Yes.
That must take more patience than the artistry side.
Definitely. If I would have known, like, being a league owner, it almost, I'm not even, if I was to be completely honest, being a league owner kind of took away my love for battle rap just a little bit.
Welp.
Because as an artist, because I came into a whole different world of battle rap, and I found out how much politics it is to it, how much of a power game it is to it, how much of the love of the actual artist and the growth of certain things that you would think matter don't even like matter as much. It's really like a lot of league owners and a lot of platforms, they really caring about themselves and their platforms just like growing and them getting money, like, and them just getting recognition. And it's like, dang, like, that's what this is about. Like, it's like Game of Thrones. Like, it really, like, it makes me sick to my stomach, and it stresses me out. It really does. And a lot of artists are doing it for the wrong reasons. And there's a lot of divas that's not even in a place to be divas. So it really teaches me a lot. I'm a little more patient. At the same time, I can tell what league owners are very genuine, and it makes me more patient with them, because I know what it's like. I know how hard it is. I know how much comes, like, it's on your shoulders, especially some of the smaller leagues. because they don't have the sponsors. They don't have as many of the subscribers. So they come out of their pockets a lot.
Right.
And they're really doing it to build and to push and just to create the best matches and to do it for the fans and supporters and the culture. And so I'm way more like understanding of that. And as an artist, it's like I can almost get resentful at times because it's like, dang, like I wish at certain times in my career I had a league owner with a heart like mine. That will put behind that would have put behind me what I'm willing to put behind a lot of the artists. Like what I'm willing to do, I wish somebody had put behind me, and I would have. And who knows where I would be right now.
No.
But
right.
At the same time, everybody has their own story and everybody has their own journey. And if I would have had that, I wouldn't have probably started the league. So, you know.
It's a catch-22, right? It's a gift and a curse. It comes with it. But talk to me a little bit about West Coast Elites and like you starting up the league and I love the whole the lights out event you guys did, the whole pajama party, pajama jam battles. That must have been that must have been
different.
That must have been turned up in there, right?
What you say? Yeah, it was turned. We had fun, man. Like, and that's just what it's about. Like, with West Coast Elite, first and foremost, like, I just try to put together battles that people don't always think of out here on the West. And I like to pull from not just my roster, but different rosters of the best, you know, the best in the West, and create that atmosphere in those kind of cards. But I also like to do themes because I like to bring out different people. I want to create a larger fan base out here.
Absolutely.
So I do parties. I do, like, you know, I do different things to bring them out. And to, like, I want it to be fun. I want people to feel like they're at home. I want it to be a home type of feel. And, like, you know, family-oriented type of feel when they come out and they come to one of our events. So, but at the same time, I like it to feel a little luxurious at the same time.
Right.
That's the you know, little I put on it.
and it's funny you said that. Like, you want to bring other demographics. You want to bring other, like, expand the horizon of the fan base because it's like it's so niche battle rap, and it's like I feel for the casual fans or the brand new fans that have to come in and say, oh, where do I get started? Where do you get started? Here's an entire dictionary of battles and artists and leagues and videos you have to watch.
Exactly.
Give me 3,000 hours of your life and you're halfway there.
Right. And it's like when I meet people, they're like, where is this stuff happening at? Like, where, what? Like, is battle rap going on? Like, it's its own world. And, like, to us, it's, like, so popping. And there's, like, so much going on all the time. It's an event every week. But to people who just not in the world, they don't even know. Like, the West Coast is still, as even though there's huge eyes on us right now, and we got the juice a little bit, it's still an untapped market. It's still an untapped market.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people in a lot of regions, most of LA County do not know that battle rap is happening. Like, we're still trying to get everybody. They need to know. So, like, we're really, that's why we just had an event like Magnitude. We had Magnitude, the Western Summit, a week ago, where 9 leagues out here came together to throw one big event.
It was like one big tournament. Yeah, I heard about Magnitude. Yep.
Yeah, so we all put up our top 5 and you know, let them rock. So, and it's our second year doing it. It was a success, and we're gonna do it every year. And that's our way of bringing our fans together, giving them more opportunity for the culture to expand, and for different artists to find out about each other that they wouldn't have because they don't go to those events in that area. You know, or even that state, because we didn't just include California. It was Nevada, you know, Las Vegas. We all went all the way up to the Northwest. So
Oh wow.
You know,
But do you
we just trying to grow and expand.
I think when I seen the magnitude battles, there's probably like maybe 10 to like 12 battles. Do you feel like there's ever too much battles? Like that's always been my thing with events, right? Or even
It
just
was
a battle
way
itself.
more battles than that.
Oh, it was there was like what,
It
like
was
16,
more battles
20?
than that. But it was a lot of battles. But
It's too much for one day.
yes, you know, like it's a catch-22. You know,
Mm.
like in one aspect, people are like, no, it's gonna be too many battles. But as the day continues, it don't feel like it lasts longer than no other event.
Mm.
We still was there for the same amount of time.
Okay. See, when y'all make it
So
when it flies like that, then it happens. But like on paper, somebody's like, oh,
it looked crazy. It looked crazy. But it was a lot of one round battles.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. But the battles were so good, and we didn't think some of them we didn't think were going to be as good because some of the leagues didn't put up people that we thought they were going to put in. But a lot of people surprised us. And we had some good battles. It was good energy, and it was good. It was good. I mean, we could make it a 2-day event, but the only thing about doing a 2-day event,
you don't get the same turnout always. It never works out.
Yeah. People like it's a lot of people not gonna get that same exposure.
Right.
So it worked out.
I don't know, man. I'm always for cutting the length of a card, cutting the length of a battle. It's getting to the point where I think the content will be digestible for somebody that's brand new if it's marginalized, where it's like instead of a 45-minute battle, we have a 20-minute battle. And people's like, oh, well, the rounds are too short. Well, nobody wants to stick to time limits. We used to have a hard clock. Battle rap was at its best when there was a hard clock. And I like my events 6 battles at max a day. I've gone to a lot of events. I've been outside for 12, 13, 14 hours. It's madness. I don't expect
I don't like it. Personally, like, as a fan, but I'm a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of the people that come late. I have to come see certain battles. Like
you're like, I'll catch the undercard. You're like, I'll catch the undercard on YouTube. Let me pull up.
I get tired, but I've been wanting to come out and support the league owners and certain, and the artists and stuff. Like, I've been wanting to support, even the new people and everything. I catch them sometimes, and they, those things, but, sometimes I just can't do it.
I'm gonna have to one day. I don't know if you ever seen the Gates of the Garden flyer. I'm gonna have to take myself and save my energy, rest on the entire day, and go to a Gates of the Garden event where they have a minimum of 16 battles per flyer.
You said who?
Gates of the Garden. They're out in New Jersey.
Oh.
Man, they every flyer I've seen like minimum 16 battles. I'm like, damn, that's 32 MCs. Like, just the MCs alone will pack this small room. Let alone if any of the fans or a bunch of people come through. I'm like, you know what? One day I'm gonna just tough it out. I'm gonna see what's up. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to festivals and stuff like that, you're that kind of person and you're there all day, then
oh yeah, okay. yeah. But
that's why I want to expand the fan base. I want all the people who go to them hip hop festivals and be there all day long.
Right.
Those people, those the fans we need.
And that's where it gets difficult too, because those festivals, those music festivals, I gone to a bunch. Right, they're for a whole weekend. They're scattered around. You can go here, you can go there, you can stand all day. It's fine, right? Because you're just listening and you're just enjoying the atmosphere. But with a battle rap, you have to literally shut down everything and give these two MCs your eyes and your ears and your undivided attention. It don't work. It doesn't work anywhere else this way. It's crazy.
Yeah, in that aspect, it is. once the battles start, it's battle rap.
You gotta be
but
you
that's
gotta be a
why
little
it's
crazy. You
good
have to be a little crazy, right, to like just be fully into this. Like that's what I've come to the conclusion. I'm a little crazy, and my whole team's
to-
a little crazy. Like we already admitted to ourselves. Like, all right, something's wrong with all of us. Oh
Well,
man,
I-
damn man, I really wished your event this Sunday was VOD or pay-per-view available because I definitely want to continue to support.
I do too. I
I,
think a lot of people would support it.
Yo, a lot of people have been asking and asking and asking. I'm like, yo, man, just make it happen, man. Like, because we want to see some of these battles. There's a lot of girls on this. There's a lot of talent on this card, and I gotta ask you as like you battle on the Evolution 3 card, Evolution 2 card. What's the environment like for like all the girls on the card? Is everybody motivated? Everybody say, okay, well, let's take this battle serious. We're the new class. We can elevate things. We could create a whole new lane for everything because of just
Well,
like
I know our energy going into this one was pretty much like everybody is doubting this card. Like they still like we the under like like we not the top queen of the ring girls. So they really slept on the card.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking bad about the card because we're not the ones that they would have liked to see with Queen of the Ring coming back. But hey, like the main girls that got it started, they not battling over here like that no more. So here we are. We're gonna do our motherfucking thing. So our energy is more on just reminding them that it's still going and that female battle rap has not died.
facts.
Like we out here, like. Either y'all gonna support it or we gonna get some new supporters.
Nah, hell yeah, I agree, man. I agree, and it's just like all I want from this event and like Evolution 3 when I went to it was just to see everybody have good performances and good battles. And when I went to Evolution 3, I saw a lot of potential. I saw a lot of people put their energy out there. I saw a lot of people that like wanted to continue to elevate things, but just I guess the elements and a lot of things contribute to it as well beyond the artist. Because like the Evolution 3, the event flyer said 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm like, okay, well, we got a 7-hour event. It shit didn't start till like 6:37 and it ended at 9. I was just like, oh, that's how they get you. But and this card, everybody on this card is talented. Miss Miami's, she's good. RX is good. Passport is good. Your opponent, she's no slouch. Joey Lennox is nice. So there's talent here, and you're in a new market. So I would just love for these battles to drop ASAP as soon as possible because we need them. And you know what? As far as also female battle rap, it must also kind of blow your mind a little bit that like you was battling 2014 and over the last 2 years, like end of 2016, 2017 to now, there's so much more activity with female battle rap in your city, in your state. It's like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
where did you come from? Where did you come from? Oh my God, everybody's here. This is great.
Mhm. It's definitely a beautiful time in battle rap.
Facts.
And a beautiful time for growth. And it's also like creating a lot of spoiled brats too. Because
it happens.
a lot of people who are coming in right now, they're so
Right.
spoiled. Because they don't understand the work that other people had to do to get even these doors open, to get these eyes to where it's so easy for them. Like it wasn't the opportunities that we have now or that are existing now, they didn't exist.
Facts.
They didn't exist. Like it was nobody from other regions like really coming out here and looking, especially at the girls. Like it was not the way it is now.
No,
And
I agree.
yeah, and like even with like URL coming over and Keegan and Dot doing more with LA at one point, like in a recent times, it was just like now people feel way more entitled, and that's okay to an extent. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you gotta work. You can't just expect something to get handed to you. Like just as certain opportunities like plucked in our lap, they can be taken away, and you gotta still be out here grinding.
That's a fact.
You guys always keep good with your home league, your grassroots leagues in your region, and all that. Okay, so as much as I love this conversation and this interview, I have a client and I'm lost. And
Oh,
I have to call them.
you working right now? You working right now? This is great.
Yes.
I definitely gotta say thank you for your time once again. Then, if that's the case, wow, you've been on the clock with me.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this was a fantastic conversation. I'm glad to hear your story. I'm glad you gave the people an opportunity to hear a bit of your window. In battle rap as a whole, like we don't get to ever see a lot of the personalities of people, and everybody has beautiful backstories and interesting growth as an artist. So like, I definitely want to say thank you for all that, because I think people will listen to it and really appreciate the window that you open up to them to hear.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me this opportunity to speak. So I look forward to hearing it and hearing other things that you do and seeing you
Absolutely.
after 3 days.
Have fun at South Beach, man. I know you won't go out Saturday
Thank
night,
you.
but have some fun out there after your battle, man. It's a beautiful city, nice
I
weather,
will.
great drinks.
I won't waste it. I'll try my best not to waste being out there.
Oh, absolutely, man. Well, thank you again for your time, man, and have a wonderful night.
You too. Bye.
Peace.